Mr. President, please shut down the chemtrails on January 20th and terminate geochemical engineering. An open letter to President Donald J. Trump. Dear Mr. President, there is no greater assault by the New World Order globalists on the sovereignty of the United States of America than the daily spraying of toxic chemtrail aerosols throughout the skies everywhere. Photographs like the one here can be viewed at the following photo documentary, Chemtrails, a planetary catastrophe created by geoengineering, in the link of the article I leave below for you. This extremely dangerous chemical geoengineering program implemented by the US military must be shut down ASAP for many obvious reasons. There is an addendum, attachments on the article. This military operation is Operation Indigo Skyfall. Indigo Skyfall, the most secret, covert black operation in world history. That's what this one is referring to. The U.S. military program must be shut down ASAP for many obvious reasons. The most obvious is that such deliberate pollution of our skies has produced an unrecognized and even worsening pandemic known as chemtrail syndrome. This public health disaster could only happen because the U.S. federal government, quite unbelievably, permits it to. As POTUS, President of the United States, you are the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Armed Forces and possess the power to close down geoengineering operations this Friday, January 20th, 2017. Only with the full support of the executive branch can such a harmful program be carried out on a regular basis. Therefore, we the people will know that when this highly destructive spraying stops, you, Mr. President, are really in charge of the American Republic. Why have the New World Order globalists been chemical and geoengineering the skies over America for decades with absolute impunity? Now, that's a question that every conscious American wants an answer to. But we have to include here, this is not only happening in America, this is happening worldwide. And these are answers that everyone in the world is asking. There are many purposes behind the chemtrail aerosols, as you probably know. However, the most significant objective to artificially create global warming is that the incessant chemical geoengineering in tandem with the conveyance of HAARP frequencies, HAARP frequencies, through the chem clouds have pushed the planet into a serious global climate change scenario. This little factoid is lost on many. It really is critical for the Trump administration to fully understand the true geodynamic and atmospheric consequences of geoengineering. For the entire global warming scam hinges upon the high volumes of alumina derived from coal fly ash, which becomes hydrated aluminum oxide when emitted as chemical aerosols. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, permits unlimited use of toxic coal fly ash in chemical geoengineering operations. Just one last point about man-made climate change. Yes, climate change was, is, and will be man-made as long as the skies of the world are sprayed with aerosols containing aluminum oxide. The fact is that chemically mobile aluminum is extremely hygroscopic. Hygroscopic. This particular property has caused a dramatic increase in the amount of water vapor that is generated worldwide, as the new deluge drought weather patterns now attest to. Water vapor is already the most abundant greenhouse gas, which few understand. While CO2 is also a greenhouse gas, it is the man-made generation of artificial water vapor that is pushing the planet to the edge of the envelope, both figuratively and literally. Hence, more water vapor in the planetary atmosphere, the more global warming, of course, will take place. Hopefully, you are getting the picture, Mr. President. Look closely wherever there is a lot of chemtrail activity. There is also a lot of chem cloud cover and much more precipitation, rainfall in those places, because chemtrail operations intensify rain events considerably. The global hydrologic cycle also has been significantly affected. The bottom line here is that radical uptick in the amount of water vapor worldwide has substantially contributed to the greenhouse effect. The following essay clearly explains this whole process. We hope that your administration takes a close look at it, as well as some of the other scientific research papers that are posted at the website. You can click there to find out. One is entitled, Geoengineering is the primary cause of global climate change, not CO2. Now you know why they say global climate change is man-made. The decision makers who approved both Operation Indigo Skyfold and Operation Cloverleaf had used chemical geoengineering to greatly exacerbate what was natural climate change trend. In so doing, they have also justified the creation of a global CO2 management regime alongside a transnational carbon control matrix in order to further regulate necessary human activity and tax the people. As follows, entitled, New World Order, where geoengineering via chemtrails meets the global carbon control mix. We conclude this letter by asking why the U.S. government has been dumping massive amounts of coal fly ash into our skies. This is the very same coal fly ash that is removed as per EPA rules and regulations from coal-fired power plants. How does that happen? Except by a very purposeful design of the geoengineers. And then there's the click, you can click onto another article, U.S. government spraying tons of toxic coal fly ash into atmosphere via chemtrail clouds. As citizens, we know that until this environmental barbaric practice is stopped once and for all, we and our children and our grandchildren are not safe, and that our air and water, land and food will be poisoned by the steady onslaught of geoengineering chemicals. Please, Mr. President, make this your first priority as you enter the White House. The whole world is in desperate need of a permanent ban on chemtrail operations. Thank you for your attention to this highly consequential matter. May God bless you and your presidency and keep us all safe. Very sincerely, U.S. citizens concerned about chemtrails. P.S. For your information, they also spray chemtrails in Washington, D.C., as seen by these photos. And you can also go on the list of recommended reading, Global Climate Change, How Geoengineering is Causing a Worldwide Weather Apocalypse, Global Climate Change, Geoengineering Threatens the Entire Planetary Civilization, Biosphere Devastation as Geoengineering Accelerates Global Climate Change. And then there's also the attachments to Operation Indigo Skyfold, the most secret covert black operation in world history. And the second attachment is Operation Cloverleaf, the most dangerous weapons testing program in world history. I'll leave a link below for you for this on State of the Nation. Just a little PS here, a postscript concerning Operation Cloverleaf, the most dangerous weapons testing program in world history. This is an addendum by the Millennium Report, August 29th, 2015. And these are supposed to be estimated commercial aircraft used to spew these particles at a cost of 33 cents per pound. It gives credence to the report by an airline manager forced by a compulsory non-disclosure agreement to remain anonymous. Commercial aircraft have been co-opted to assist the military in consummating Project Cloverleaf. In 1991, Hughes aircraft patent confirms that sunscreen particulate materials can be run through jet engines. These are Teller's presentation. The public began seeing frenetic chemtrailing. In the year 2000, CBS News admitted that scientists were looking at drastic solutions for global warming, including manipulating the atmosphere on a massive scale. CBS confirmed that the plan to load the air with tiny particles would deflect enough sunlight to trigger global cooling. I'll leave a link below for you for that as well.